so good. So, you guys might follow Julie on Instagram. She's in Powerhouse with us too, and that's kind of how I found her, which is kind of funny because we're in the same state. But
I know.
and I'm Julie and she's Julie, so like we were like, hey. So recently though, Julie went viral, and that's a big deal. And she has a multi-gen niche that she's. I want to kind of get into that too a little bit, Julie. Like, was that always something you did? And you can tell us all about yourself. Or was that something you kind of leaned into recently? And then she was on Fox and Friends a couple times. So she's really been doing a lot of things. So tell us what you got going on. And I know, like you said, when you went viral, that's a whole other animal. And like you think it's this thing that sounds great, but it might be difficult too.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, it's been a pretty good experience. You do have some haters out there no matter what you do, but I haven't run into too much of them, thankfully. Um, yeah, so nice to meet all of you. I don't know how long everybody here's been in Powerhouse. I joined Powerhouse and EXP at very early January, so like almost all of 2025. I've been in Powerhouse. And I live in Pembroke, so probably not far from some of you. I've been in real estate for about, oh, do you have somebody else in Pembroke? I saw you laugh. I didn't know
We're
if that was.
Plymouth, we're Hanson.
Yeah, we're so close by to everybody, to each other. So it's funny actually if we haven't already run into each other just through a real estate transaction at some point. But I've been in real estate almost 9 years. Previous to that, I was in affordable housing for 20 years. You guys may be familiar with NeighborWorks. It's now NeighborWorks Housing Solutions out of Kingston. But I was on their leadership team for about 18 years, and previous to that, with another affordable housing organization in Boston for a couple of years. And then I overlapped there for about 4 years, but now been in full-time real estate for almost 5 years. And no, multi-gen living was not always my niche. I started off probably just like most of you, just doing any kind of real estate that I could. I started off actually with Zillow leads almost 9 years ago. That's how I began to build my business. And then previous to this year, for about 4 years, I worked with an organization called Dovetail Companies that pretty much exclusively served older adults. So I probably worked with about 100 older adults over about 4 years, helping them downsize and move to senior living communities for the most part. Sometimes they were buying, one level homes or moving into a condo or moving out of state to be with family. But for the most part, it was a downsizing business. I was in someone else's business, but running their real estate team. So like they brought the expertise in downsizing and move management and working with older adults, and I brought the real estate expert to the team. But I really loved that for a while and became a certified senior advisor. I'm also the daughter of an aging mom. My dad passed 14 years ago. My mom's 82, and she lives with us. So we live in a multi-gen home here in Pembroke. It's why we moved. Actually, I used to live in Plymouth. And it's one of the reasons we moved here to Pembroke is we found a home that had a beautiful in-law apartment. And that's what we wanted to do after my dad passed so that my mom could be closer to us. So I had, and this is one of the things I love to share because I feel like this is everybody just in a different way. I had a niche under my nose for 10 years and I didn't realize it. And I feel like, especially because what we do is help people with their homes, right? Every one of us has a home story. Like we have lived experience in some unique way, even though we have all sorts of things in common. Every one of us has like our own unique home story. And I think that's gold for us in terms of a real estate niche. And sometimes it's so much like just who we are that we don't even see it, which is crazy when you think about it. So it never even occurred to me to talk about multi-gen living in real estate until earlier this year after we moved. So I was with this team, I was running this team. We all moved to Powerhouse. It was just a small team, but we all moved to Powerhouse at EXP. And shortly after we did, partly because we learned in Powerhouse how to grow our businesses online, how to develop a personal brand. I started really wanting to branch out with that. And that created some tension with me and the team because I was representing them, but I was representing myself. So we decided to part ways. Amicably, actually, the woman who owns that company is my second cousin. We still love each other. It's all fine. But we decided it was time to move on in our own ways. And I really didn't want to try to duplicate her business, right? That was her business. I'd been working in it, learning from her, and I wanted to carve a niche of my own. So I started just digging into all of the Powerhouse materials and, old recordings and trainings that were available to us. I go to every Powerhouse meeting. I don't know if you guys are there, but I pretty much never miss a Powerhouse meeting.
Always see you there. I always do the recordings because I can't always make the meetings, but
it's hard. It's tough with it, with our schedules and stuff, but I just have carved it out like that for me because it's been so crucial to my business growth. That's just like sort of a non-negotiable. If I can, 99% of the time I'll be there. And then I went to Rise Retreat. I don't know if were any of you at Rise Retreat with Amy Gregory in April in Arizona? It's amazing. I highly recommend it. She's doing it again next April. It's incredible. I met some incredible women. The presenters were phenomenal. I got so inspired coming out of Rise that I decided I was just going to go all in on social media. And so I don't even remember what the thing was. I think I did like an exercise for like, who's your ideal client? I took Ashley Walker. I don't know if any of you know Ashley Walker. She's a Powerhouse agent. I took her Socially Sold course, used to be called Insta Agent. And that really helped me sort of like dig into understanding how Instagram worked better and thinking about my niche. And then I did not end up following like Ashley's model as a very local real estate agent model, which is awesome. It turned out that when I dug into the multi-gen niche, I did have a couple of reels go absolutely bonkers viral. And I realized I was kind of onto something that was really resonating with people. So I went from having 1,200 followers on Instagram for, I don't know, like 3 years or something, and this is embarrassing, 7 followers on my Facebook real estate page, 7, 1 digit, 7, to now I've got heading towards 25,000 Instagram followers and almost 27,000 followers on my Facebook page. That's my business page. I do a little on TikTok too, but I'm not an expert over there by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm just sort of experimenting.
Amazing. That is incredible.
It was surprising. I would say if anybody's interested in like really digging, actually, I'm so curious. Like, so is anybody here really like digging into social media and really wanting to grow on social media?
I participate quite a bit. So I'm leaning into AI stuff and like how kind of with that. And
I saw your AI. Did you do an AI video this morning that was like you talking, but
yeah, it was yesterday.
It was
Sora. Yeah, I have a few coming. It's so fun, and like I try to, those kind of like they need to be a little silly because they do, so it's kind of like a spoof, but So we watched a lot of things. We had Carrie Sove speaking at EXPCon, and she's the AI goddess. And she said, they were kind of joking about Sora, and then she said, laugh if you will, but she said I had 250 people inquire about my whatever she was doing through that post. So
that's awesome.
It is effective, and it's to get people, attract people. So
well, I noticed it, and I thought the first thought I had, because I follow you, Julie, I was like, I've never heard Julie speak so fast. Like, and it caught my attention, right? Because I was like, oh, she's talking so fast. Like usually I think of you as sort of like this measured speaker, and it was definitely different, but I actually loved it. I thought it was great.
I have one with Mark Cuban and I trick-or-treating on Friday coming out. So I'm having a blast.
That's awesome.
Really fun.
That is awesome. So I asked that question just to kind of get an idea of like, what can I share with you that would be helpful to all of you? I'm happy to share a little bit more about my stories and lessons learned, but just to get the measure of the room a little bit, like, what are you all hoping to either learn about growing on social media or about multi-gen living? Like I'd love to just kind of get your feedback on like where your interests are.
So you guys can all speak up too, but I think, how are you developing your niche? And I think the multi-gen I think you're hitting it at the right time because pricing is so high and it's hard at
Yes.
younger people to find housing, and then vice versa with older people. And so you can see it used to be this way back in the, 60s.
Forever. Yeah. Well, forever until the last like 60 or 70 years. Yeah.
Like families all live together. And so, it's
Mhm.
coming full circle. And I think it's perfect timing for that. But as far as developing your niche, I would say once you kind of saw that's where it was going, and then you also had the background, it kind of just lined up perfectly. But
Yeah.
how did you kind of push forward with that and go all in, I would say, or all in
Okay.
on social media? Are
Yeah.
you doing, like, are you scheduling posts? Are you doing certain hashtags? Are you doing trending audio? Do you have a film crew? Like, I guess,
Okay. So it's all me. Just so you know, it's all me. The one thing I did do is I did schedule a professional photo shoot early on. So I did that in early June. And that has been super helpful because I've got, more than 100 images that I rotate through. And I had a great photographer. She is local too, by the way. So like if anybody wants to do something like that, I will admit I spent a ton of money. Like I hired the photographer. I rented a beautiful house. There's a place called Pier Space. I did not have a listing that looked like I wanted it to look in the photos, so I rented a place. Pier Space is like it's like an Airbnb for hourly, right? Like people go and do photo shoots and things there. I went to Nordstrom and I used their stylist to figure out what to wear. I had my hair and my makeup done. I'd never done that in my life, you guys. I'm 56 years old. Like that was the first time in my life I'd ever had professional makeup done. And then I brought props and I like really thought through like what that photo shoot was going to look like. My photographer coached me through like different versions of me. Like you can have different archetypes. I'm just throwing this out there in case anybody's planning a photo shoot, like having different versions of you, all obviously you and authentic, but like here's the you that's like, how would you look and feel when you were hosting an open house? How would you look and feel when you were just like hanging in your kitchen or working at your desk? Like those kind of things to think through before a photo shoot are super helpful. I had my daughter come and do B-roll footage the whole time. So she was there filming me while I was being photographed. And that actually gave me a ton more footage. Like I'm almost feeling like I need more now, but it's kind of carried me for like 6 months. So that's a lot of my B-roll footage. My other B-roll footage is visiting people's listings. So especially when I see a home that could be good for multi-gen, I just reach out to the listing agent, ask if I can come film it. I just do that myself, all on, my iPhone. Tip for that, in case anybody struggles with that, definitely look for homes that are vacant and staged if possible, because then you're not, if you're not coming in with a buyer, it's kind of annoying, right? So you're not bothering anybody, asking for anybody to leave their home so that you can capture footage. But if a home has been on the market for a long time, the seller and the agent are usually, interested in having you promote it. So that's that can be a good ask. Or new construction, especially if it's staged, is helpful for that. So that's where all my like footage comes from. And then in the beginning, I thought I needed to use trending audio. And here's a tip for you. I found out I really didn't. I do use some, but what I found is more important is to know your audience. So maybe surprisingly, 70% of my Instagram audience is over age 50. You need to look at your insights on your Instagram and see who's following you and who you're attracting. And now I pick my music for those people. Like I'm 56 years old. I'm mostly speaking to women in their 50s and 60s. Like I will post, Eagles songs or 10,000 Maniacs, or like today it was 10,000 Maniacs. Like if it vibes with me, it vibes with my audience.
Yep.
So way more important than what's trending is what is going to hit your audience like in an emotional way. Even though it's just as 10 seconds of a song, like if you're into it and your ideal client is you, which oftentimes that is the case, then that usually works. So that's what I found works for me, are those like sort of like emotionally nostalgic songs, especially.
That makes a ton of sense, actually.
Right? It does. Because when you think about how you view and consume social media, like it's the same for the people who you are trying to speak to. The other thing is to be consistent. I post every day. I mean, maybe I skip a Sunday occasionally, but I'm usually doing 5 or 6 reels a week. And actually, right now, I'm even thinking about doing more. Um, and I also think you need to think about the funnel of your social media. Like once you pick your niche and you dig into your niche, you're going to start experimenting with speaking to them on social media, and you're going to figure out like what language hits, and then you're just doing variations on that same messaging, not so that it's completely repetitive, but so that it's like saying the same thing in different ways to the same person. And just honestly 7-8 second reels with the perfect audio for your client and a nice hook on screen is how you're going to attract people into your social media world. And then you can do like carousel posts to nurture them and teach them
So
and educate.
like, okay, so then you go viral, you've got all these people and you've got some leads. Now you got to convert them. You have to have things set up and systems. And I know
Yes.
I think you did a hot seat with Amy at one point and talked about that too, because there's a whole other side. So yes, you get all these, now you've attracted people, followers, all those things. And Leo said at the convention that there is like never enough content. Post as much content as you can. And then when you
I
get
agree.
so what did you do now when you,
Yeah.
what systems?
So I have a lot of systems in place now. It was, one thing at a time. And when the first reel went viral, I was not really prepared. So if that happens to you, that's not a big surprise. It kind of happens to everybody. But here's what I did. So I created a guide, a free guide, which is my lead magnet for my ideal audience. It's a multi-generational living guide. So you need to have something to offer people, because the idea is once they start following you, you need to bring them further down your funnel, right? And the next step further down your funnel that's really meaningful is to get them to give you an email address. And they will give you an email address in exchange for something valuable. Hi. For a lot of us, that's a freebie or a giveaway. So when you're thinking about your niche, you're thinking about like, what do they need? Like, what can I help them with? And I just want to say, before I go into the funnel and the automation and the system, I just want to say about the niche. Yes, multi-gen living is a huge niche right now, and it's largely being driven by an aging population who needs care and an unsustainably unaffordable housing market that people in their 20s and 30s can't get into. And so, people like me in the sandwich generation are sort of grappling with both, like adult kids and aging parents. This is why I'm speaking to myself, who's in that exact same situation, right? Because so many people in their 50s and 60s are thinking about this. Whatever you choose, just make sure it's authentic to you. I do not believe it's a good idea to just pick a niche because it's viral right now or because it's popular right now. If you can't authentically and really expertly serve that niche, it's not going to take off. People are going to recognize that you're not authentic, and also you're not going to be able to do a good job serving it, right? So I have a ton of certifications and experience, and I'm also an end-of-life doula. I'm a certified coach. I'm a probate expert. Like I have a billion, not to like toot my own horn, but I do have a ton of experience and expertise that I bring. So when people come to me with really complicated situations, which is what happens all the time, I am able to provide them with the resources that they need and the support that they need to manage those complicated situations. So that all being said, this is why I said in the beginning, your niche is probably under your nose. It's probably you, or it's probably you 10 years ago, whatever that is, whatever, like if you're a busy mom who, sold your first home and bought your second home, or you're a sports mom, or you have a baby, or you have grandchildren that you're helping with, like whatever those things are that are you, like find your niche in that so that you can really expertly serve the people who come to you. So that being said, the system, so then you can easily, it's not too hard to create a valuable freebie for your niche if you're authentically able to serve that niche, right? It wasn't hard for me to write a multi-gen living guide. I've been living in a multi-gen home for 10 years. So create a freebie, a way to get people to give you their email address. And then I highly recommend using systems and automations to deliver that freebie. So what happens for me is I post a reel, and I always keep it's funny because I experimented with not doing this once recently and it didn't work. I always try to keep the content itself, the reel itself, the hook on screen, the video, the music, all just about the emotional resonance. And then in the caption, I'll deliver a little bit more information and offer an invitation to say, download the guide or buy my toolkit. And I think that's really important. I did experiment recently with like putting something on the screen about this new toolkit that I created. Nobody cared. But if I leave that off of the screen and I put it in the caption, then they're all commenting to get it. Nobody wants to feel like they're being sold something on social media. They just want to connect with you.
No, but they probably want to buy. They just don't want to be sold.
They don't want to feel like you're trying to sell them something. Exactly. They want to like feel the invitation and the engagement and the connection. Yeah.
So true. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any questions that you want to ask Julie? No.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Julie, you said that you use an automation to deliver the freebie. Are you using StanStore?
So I am using StanStore, but I don't recommend it as the easiest way to go now. And I'll tell you why I think there's an easier way to go. So my systems, some of them are a little more complicated than they need to be, because Flowdesk, if you've ever heard of Flowdesk, which is a great email delivery service, email marketing service, can also deliver free products. They have link in bio, they have forms. And if you use Flowdesk for your email marketing, and then you also use it for the opt-in for your freebie, you don't have to, those are already connected. If you're using StanStore, you have to use a service like Zapier to connect it over to Flowdesk. So it's another tech you have to pay for and another system you have to manage. I did that in the beginning, and I still have some stuff set up that way just because I'm not rebuilding everything, but I wouldn't recommend starting there. I would just use the Flowdesk, and Flowdesk opt-ins are beautiful, like, and their emails are too. Yeah, so the system is comment a keyword. You need ManyChat to deliver that message to them automatically. So ManyChat is the system that you can just set it up. So if somebody says comment toolkit, then they get an automated message that says, oh, thanks so much, check your DMs. In the DM, ManyChat will deliver like, oh, hey, I'm so glad you're interested in my toolkit. Click this button and you can grab it here. And then when they click that button, they go to your Flowdesk form.
Okay, so it would be, I would be building the Flowdesk form, and that's how they would get the delivered freebie, but ManyChat would be the automated message.
You need ManyChat to make the connection point between the Instagram comment and your Flowdesk freebie. And then when you do your Flowdesk freebie, just ask for the first name and their email address. Don't ask for too much information because you want to just keep the bar to entry really low, like, so it's easy for them. And then in Flowdesk, you're going to deliver it automatically. You can put a link that takes them right to the freebie as soon as they put in their information. And you're going to do an email workflow that also delivers it via a confirmation email. Okay. And then you can plug them in to like whatever you have next, either a series of workflow emails or like a weekly newsletter.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, of course. Sorry, I feel like that's like a bit of a fire hose. If you're in...
I have Flowdesk, so you did actually connect some things, because I wasn't sure. I didn't want to give up Flowdesk because I love it for email marketing, but then I'm wondering, am I supposed to have StanStore? So your questions definitely, it connected a couple things for me.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah, there's a lot of resources inside Powerhouse, you guys. So many recorded meetings, but just to know, Flowdesk is improving and getting better. Like, one of the reasons I had StanStore was to sell products, but you can now sell products on Flowdesk too. So, not that I don't like Stan, but you can kind of skip it and keep everything in one place.
Expensive too. Stan's expensive, and it's not a money maker. So, I think if you can do it all in one place, I have both still right now, but I haven't.
Me too.
Stan is expensive, and I after 2 years, I haven't seen any return on that. So I may actually just switch over to, because all of the things can be done in Flowdesk, and Flowdesk has some great templates, and I
hope that their link in bio improves. The only thing so far that I haven't been able to figure out is how to make a great looking sort of like store in Flowdesk. You can do link in bio, but it doesn't quite look like the storefront that Stan has. Hopefully that's coming, because they keep making improvements. So for now, I keep my StanStore as like the storefront. But even now, guys, if you have Stan, now instead of like having the whole automation run through Stan, I'll put like a button in Stan in case somebody lands on the store. And the button, you don't realize this when you're looking at it, but it sends you to the Flowdesk form. There you can skip, and if you do that, you can skip the whole Zapier thing.
So I have a question. Can Flowdesk have a page attached to your website or just a button, like a link?
Everything would be like a link. I'm
Okay.
not sure. Yeah. So like, I'm not sure what you mean. Like your personal
Well,
website?
let's say I wanted to have a funnel.
Yeah.
Would that be a page on my website, or would that be a link where then it goes to Flowdesk and it brings them through the funnel system?
I do both. So sometimes I'm sending people straight to like a Flowdesk form or a Stan store. It's just depending on how I set it up. But also, like if you go to my website and you click multi-gen guide, I built a page that has that, because I want people to be able to, if they go to my website, find anything about me that I have, right? So I built a page and then it has a button, but the button takes you to either Stan store or Flowdesk for the product, where they put their email in. Yeah.
Julie,
any other question? Yeah.
Do you have like a training that you do on this stuff now for agents? And so I haven't looked to see if you had any of that in your Stan store, but you do seem to have a good working knowledge of it, and some good tips. So I didn't know if you were putting something together or.
Yeah, thanks for asking. I do have a few things. So right now I'm running a live mastermind, but we're already, almost towards the end of that, called Finally Build Your Funnel. I'm going to, and this, by the way, this has been really helpful because I think a lot of people want to build a funnel, but they're like, it's like overwhelming. I can't get out of my way. So we're doing a 4-week, we just finished the 3rd week, Finally Build Your Funnel. It's all recorded. I may package it for so people can buy the replay later, or I may run it again. I'll keep you guys posted if I run it again. I do think it's helpful to do it live because there's like live coaching and support in there. And then I have a couple other replay things that I'll send you links, Julie, and anybody can feel free to take a look at them and see.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I'll post a recording of this just because I think there's so much more to it, and
there's so much.
We all do need systems in place. So, somebody local who's done it, who's had a good experience with it. I know Powerhouse has tons of stuff, but still, it's just that local connection, which is really nice too.
Yeah, absolutely. The other way that I can be helpful to you guys, if you do come across multi-gen buyers or sellers, I know, so with us, it would be a little bit different. So just so you know, and this, I just want to encourage you all to like think big about your businesses and like all the different ways that you can create income streams. Because like one of the things that's happened for me is that a lot of people are coming to me from all over the country looking for multi-gen help, and I'm referring them out to other agents like in Florida and California. So that's a referral line of business for me. And then because of my expertise, I stay in the picture as the guide to make sure that like all of the multi-gen aspects to that work. With us, it'd probably be a little different. We'll probably like overlap each other's markets, but you may come up with a client who needs coaching support through the multi-gen aspect, and just reach out to me. Like I do offer paid coaching. Like there's different ways that I can provide support that way. Or I may come up with somebody who's, I don't know, too far out in Southeastern Mass. I don't want to go there, but maybe that's one of you guys that could do a great job with the listing or buying help. And then it would be a referral situation. So there's lots of ways that we can collab and work together. And I'm all about the collaboration.
Love that. No, so are we. And then, maybe if you're probably going to go to Rise Retreat again, if the other people want to go to that, could probably like be the mass group together.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I already have my ticket. It's already, by the way, if you're going to go, like, I'm not sure if the price keeps going up as time goes on. Okay. And you do, I think, pay a little less as Powerhouse, but like the longer you wait, the more you're going to pay. I did that last year. It was so dumb. I knew I was going, but I waited to the last minute and paid like the highest ticket price.
What I did.
It does sell out too.
Yeah. How many people is it roughly?
About 400. And it's probably the same this year because it's the same location. I think they're limited by the capacity of the location.
And different speakers and things.
It was 2 days. It was actually like almost like a day and a half of literally, you guys, back to back speakers, like so well executed, like half-hour presentations from like, I don't know, 10 speakers a day. Super, super valuable, like implementing, like content you can implement immediately in your business. It's so good.
You always come away with those like energized and, ready to go. And spring is a good time. So that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming to this meeting.
Thanks for having me. It was really fun.
It was great to connect, again, in person. And you guys can reach out to Julie too. Follow her on Instagram. And it's Julie, Juli, no E.
Yeah, and so my Instagram is ITS, like it's Julie Ford, ITSJULIFORD. Yeah, and I'll follow you back.
Awesome. And then send me some links and we'll put them with the recording and then go from there.
Sounds great. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week. Thanks for inviting me.
Take care.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye.